However, so when I was intimated about this topic and this talk, I was thrilled. I was exuberant. But then in the very next moment, a thought came into my mind. It was, dude, TEDx is your D platform, and so is it for every other public speaker like me. But then it just pondered over the sky. In order to have a good dream that you won't follow, you need to have a good night's sleep. And there I am with my topic, the sleep performance paradox, where you tend to sacrifice sleep for success and ultimately commit act goals. Now, before I begin, I would like to pose two very profound questions for you to ponder upon. How many of you are Pokemon fans over here? Pokemon making? How many? Just ponder over this fact. Why is Snorlax so powerful? Then it's okay. How many of you set alarms to wake up the following day? Quite a lot. But then, how many of you set alarms to get to sleep every night? My God, now. So I will work upon changing this approach so that you prioritize your work as well as sleep. So this balance I would try to establish. So before I begin, I would just like to define what is sleep. Very simple, I won't go into technical details over here. Sleep is simply the recurring resting mechanism of the body that helps the body to rejuvenate and recuperate. So whatever Oroigo went throughout the day. Rather, it's not just a resting mechanism, it's a mechanism on which your entire body functioning rests. Coming to something called as the sleep debt, very simple. To this equation, you can understand it is the sleep you should get minus the sleep you keep to your body. The 7 hours you require, could give 5 hours, the remaining 2 hours mounts up to 14 hours after a week. That's humongous, right? Now imagine this guy, he's Jeff, amongst you, a college student, really ambitious in life, wants to get it all done, wants to get fit, wants to have a beautiful, brilliant social life, wants to excel in studies, and what way does he resort to? He decides to cut down his sleep. Comment happy to this approach of Jeff. Show of hands. My God, many do. Again, this is another approach that I would like to talk about. Come see this cycle, let's see. So you get more time, there's more work apparently, and there's metric fog, there's lower productivity, there's more work because you are less productive, and then there's less sleep, and this becomes a vicious cycle altogether. And this vicious cycle hinders your life altogether. So your life becomes like a piece of confetti. शादियों में होता है ना confetti? Rises up in the air with so much kinetic energy, so much dynamics, but only to dwindle. That's all happen. That's all what happens to your body when you don't give it proper sleep. Now, before I continue, I would just explain the entire scientific mechanism of sleep in few segments in simple terms. So sleep is basically divided into two categories, two stages. First being the NREM stage, which is the non-rapid eye movement stage. The second is the rapid eye movement stage. Two stages. The NREM stage is divided into four stages. The last two scientists generally club together because of their similar functioning. The first stage is a stage where, you can to go into the unconscious, subconscious stage from your conscious stage, and it's a stage of transition. The second stage is relatively of deeper, depth, wherein your body is relaxing, your body temperature drops, your heart rate drops. And then the third stage of deep sleep, it's essential for your growth and rejuvenation. The REM stage is the rapid eye movement stage where we're thinking, You're thinking about life, you're dreaming about every other vitality that you ever want to experience. And the body stays into a state of semi-paralysis because otherwise you start to tap out your dues, right? You cannot do that. Now, you need to hike your brain because it, next step, it works effortlessly when you are asleep. So basically, your brain makes neural connections. Your brain, the hippocampus of your brain, which is deep down here, if you drill to central brain, it forms, it transfers your acquired memories into long-term memories so that you retain them. In fact, a study shows that people who have a good night's sleep tend to retain around 40% more than people who do not, whatever they acquire. Your brain also forms and cements newer ideas. In fact, it said in a study by Harvard, it was noted that people who have had a good night's sleep tend to solve cognitive problems 33% more than those who haven't got. Now, you might question me that, why do I get such cognitive delay and despair even I'm lacking in sleep? Basically, there's a scientific phenomena acting there. Your body has a system on the lymphatic system, which is the clean crew of your body. That any crew is 10 times more active than your sleep. So that system cleans the beta amyloid plate from your brain, which is linked severely to Alzheimer's. Hence, when you have a good night's sleep, that's equivalent to a nightly detox. And when you are lacking in sleep, is akin to all the trash accumulating. So rather, I would say if sleep deprivation were a superpower, would only geniuses, isn't it? But there's another side to it. Rather, you would add multitude of these diseases: dementia, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cancers, high blood pressure, depression, etc. etc. Now, in order to substantiate whatever cues are given, here are two brain scan, MRI scan sites. So, a cognitive problem was given to a person, two persons rather. This guy had sleep deprivation, this guy did not. You can clearly, vividly see this guy's brain is not functioning well. The thermal scan shows a lack of brain areas effectively functioning, isn't it? This guy's brain is functioning at the optimum level. Now, give all what sleep does to us, it's beautiful exclusion. But then still we tend to brush this entire concept aside. You know what? I call this the one factor, one mentality assertion that people, usually tend to assert. What is it? The first one, I sleep when I'm successful. Oh, the previous one. I sleep when I'm successful. People like Jeff Bezos, they are really successful people. He said once, I really make best decisions when I have around 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Rather, successful people cannot really lose on to their sleep and lose on to all their productivity because at the end of the day, they are paid for that one crucial decision. And that's extremely pivotal for their growth and for their company's growth. They don't really neglect their entire uh, optimum, condition of sleep. They prioritize sleep in their lives. Second one, this all pervasive hustle culture that we all are into. 24/7 poiling, doing this, doing that, no sleep at all, and this is demoniac for our bodies. This is absolutely getting us down the drain. Why? This culture of burnout, complete burnout, leads to cognitive delay, leads to emotional intelligence's delay, and multitude of other problems. So, prioritizing sleep is duty. Sides prioritizing whatever we are into. Now, you might ask me, you've talked about all those issues through and through, but then what are the feasible solutions? So, that your sleep is rolled up because I have for you the CBUP formula for upscaling your work and your sleep. So, this is in the power of an acronym called SLEEP, up UP. The first thing, sleep consistency. Remember at the beginning I asked you a question, how many of you set alarms to go to bed? This is it. Prioritize in the sense that go to bed at a single time all the days throughout all the days of the week. If it's 10 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock for Saturdays, 10 o'clock for Mondays, all the days. And set an alarm. Prioritize your sleep so that your sleep prioritizes your functioning. So this is sleep consistency for S. L. Limit caffeine. My God. What caffeine does for melatonin levels, the sleep hormone, everybody of us knows. But then, still, limit your caffeine use to minimum of 4 hours before going to bed, and it will be helpful at it. E. Eliminate screens to pocket. All of us know about this. Still, we tend to neglect this, right? Are we? Absolutely. Eliminate screens to move back because again, the blue rays really play with your melatonin levels, and you find difficulty falling asleep. Peace. The next one is E, which is enhance 90-minute sleep cycles. Now, remember I talked about the NREM and the REM stages. These stages move in a cycle in every 90 minutes. So, there's a good tip for our guys. When you are about to wake up the next morning, say you decide to wake up at 6 a.m. Count back 90 minutes. 4.5 hoga. There in I'm sorry, my math was really bad. But 1.5 I believe. 2.5. Really sorry, I'm worse at that. But nonetheless, so this entire thing you have to calculate. Take back steps of 90 minutes from the time you are about to wake up till the time you go to sleep, and around 4 to 5 cycles should be optimally completed for your body to completely rejuvenate its function. So this is all those 90-minute sleep cycles that you all should have compulsorily. Next is priority management. My God, there are how many management resources over here? Wow. Time management. Everybody have heard, has heard. I think time management is crucial, but then for that, it's priority management. If you prioritize, you find time for it. So prioritize your sleep. If you do, you find time for it. You know, if you got an assignment today and it's due a week later, so to finishing it today, man, don't keep that assignment for the very last day. Instead of indulging into gossips, go for the assignment and prioritize your sleep at night. Utilize power naps. Throughout the day, you have 10 minutes after study, 15 minutes after study, you've taken an hour's break. Go for a power nap to rejuvenate your body. It'll relax. It'll help you relax. The last one, mindfulness meditation. It's been in practice since ages, since time immemorial, and it is pivotal, let me tell you, to calm your impulse system. In fact, the Bhagavad Gita mentions vividly that somebody who's on the path of transcendence has to compulsorily keep a check in balance between his sleeping, eating, and the creational activities. Because at the end of the day, it's all about balance. So this is it. So there's a single call for actions for all of you guys. Just try to inculcate any two of whatever I gave to the acronym in your lives. It can make a difference. And sleep adequate. Otherwise, you don't land up like this bunny every morning. Perform better. Stress less. Live happier. And before I leave, take your time. I have just an outgoing quote for all of you guys. Sleep isn't just lost time. It is the foundation of time well spent. Sacrificing it for performance, it's like burning the map to reach the destination faster. It absolutely makes no sense at all. Thank you so much.